In the realm of archaeology and Egyptology, one name has resonated loudly for decades: Zahi Hawass. A figure of immense influence and controversy, his work in unraveling the mysteries of ancient Egypt has both captivated and divided scholars and enthusiasts alike. But behind the grandeur of monumental discoveries lies a tapestry of debates and disputes, a landscape where truth and contention often intersect. In this gripping video, we embark on a journey to peel back the layers, to scrutinize the claims and controversies that have surrounded Zahi Hawass throughout his career. On number 5, we have Tutankhamun's beard incident. The Tutankhamun's beard incident, which transpired in 2014, brought to light a contentious situation involving Zahi Hawass, an Egyptian archaeologist. This incident centers around the burial mask of King Tutankhamun, an artifact of immense historical significance. Initially, Hawass vehemently denied any culpability, contending that the damage to the mask's beard had occurred prior to his tenure. Nonetheless, as the scrutiny and inquiries intensified, it became evident that there were discrepancies in his account. As investigations delved deeper, it became apparent that the beard had, indeed, suffered damage and been subsequently reattached using epoxy during a restoration endeavor supervised by the museum's staff under Hawass's oversight. This revelation prompted discussions regarding the proper protocols and procedures for restoring and preserving invaluable relics. Additionally, the incident raised questions about transparency, responsibility, and accountability in the realm of archaeological conservation. On number 4, we have the search for Nefertiti's tomb. The search for Nefertiti's tomb constitutes a notable episode in the career of Zahi Hawass, the Egyptian archaeologist. This particular narrative revolves around his assertion in 2009 that he had made a significant breakthrough by identifying the potential location of Queen Nefertiti's tomb, an endeavor that captured the attention of the global archaeological community and the general public alike. Hawass declared that he had pinpointed the tomb within the well-known Valley of the Kings, a site renowned for its historical significance and containing the tombs of numerous pharaohs and dignitaries from ancient Egypt. However, his proclamation was met with skepticism from fellow experts in the field, who raised valid concerns about the lack of compelling evidence to support his claim. Connectively, Hawass did not offer substantial proof to validate his assertion, which consequently sparked debates about the methodological rigor and transparency required in archaeological research and discoveries of this magnitude. The absence of concrete evidence ignited discussions among scholars about the importance of adhering to established academic standards when making substantial claims, particularly concerning historically significant figures like Queen Nefertiti. On number 3, we have allegations of self-promotion. Allegations of self-promotion have been a recurrent topic in discussions surrounding Zahi Hawass, the prominent Egyptian archaeologist. This facet of his career involves claims that he utilized his high-profile position within Egypt's archaeological landscape to advance his personal image and prominence, often at the expense of broader academic and archaeological considerations. Hawass garnered a reputation for his frequent appearances in the media, including documentaries, television shows, and interviews. While public outreach and education are important aspects of archaeology, critics argue that Hawass's media presence sometimes seemed to overshadow the collective efforts of the broader archaeological community. These critics contend that his emphasis on self-promotion sometimes eclipsed the collaborative nature of archaeological research and undermined the recognition due to other scholars and experts who contributed to significant discoveries. Furthermore, the allegations of self-promotion led to questions about the authenticity of his intentions. Critics raised concerns that his public-facing endeavors, including his distinctive personal style and recognizable attire, could potentially detract from the serious and scholarly nature of archaeological research. In response to these allegations, supporters of Hawass argue that his media engagements were instrumental in generating global interest in Egypt's rich archaeological heritage. On number 2, we have handling of archaeological discoveries. Zahi Hawass's approach to the handling of archaeological discoveries has been a subject of scrutiny and debate within the archaeological community. This facet of his career encompasses his methods and practices in managing and sharing information about significant findings from Egypt's rich historical past. Critics have argued that Hawass sometimes exhibited a tendency to centralize control over archaeological discoveries and their dissemination. This approach was perceived as limiting the involvement of a broader array of scholars and experts in the process. Some archaeologists felt that this exclusivity could hinder the collaborative nature of archaeological research and restrict the free flow of information that is essential for advancing knowledge in the field. Another point of contention was the level of transparency exhibited in the reporting of discoveries. Critics pointed to instances where Hawass was accused of withholding or delaying the release of information about significant findings. This lack of timely and comprehensive reporting raised concerns about the transparency and openness required in archaeological research, especially when it comes to sharing findings with the wider academic community and the public. Furthermore, the issue of repatriation of artifacts also ties into the handling of archaeological discoveries. Hawass was known for advocating the return of Egyptian artifacts housed in foreign museums, even if they were acquired legally. While the goal of repatriation is to reclaim and preserve a nation's cultural heritage, critics argued that this approach might disregard the complexities of cultural exchange and the potential for museums to act as global educational resources. On number 1, we have nationalist and controversial statements. Nationalist and controversial statements attributed to Zahi Hawass have sparked significant debate within the archaeological and cultural heritage communities. At the heart of these statements is Hawass's passionate advocacy for the repatriation of Egyptian artifacts from foreign museums, regardless of how they were acquired. He contends that these artifacts are an essential part of Egypt's cultural heritage and should rightfully return to their country of origin. This viewpoint resonates with those who believe that artifacts belong to the people and culture from which they originate. Hawass's fervent nationalism is rooted in the desire to reclaim Egypt's history and counter the colonial legacy of artifact acquisition. By championing repatriation, he seeks to rectify what he perceives as historical injustices and ensure that the artifacts are cared for within their cultural context. However, these nationalist statements have also raised complex ethical and practical questions. Many artifacts were legally acquired by foreign museums and have been part of their collections for decades, sometimes even centuries. Repatriation could potentially limit accessibility for international audiences and researchers, hindering the sharing of global cultural heritage. Moreover, the process of repatriation involves navigating intricate legal and diplomatic frameworks, which can lead to protracted negotiations and strained international relations. Hawass's controversial statements extend beyond repatriation to assertions about Egypt's cultural history and heritage. Some claims, such as his assertion that Queen Nefertiti was King Tutankhamun's mother, have garnered skepticism from experts. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. Stay tuned for our next video, and remember to hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. See you next time.